And speaking of shifting your ideas and your biases, we were going to talk a little bit about the Trader Funding Program. Like I said, they're one of the sponsors of today's show. The Trader Funding Program, we launched that as a sister complementary company to Forex Analytix, because we wanted to give people the opportunity to trade our money, not theirs. And I remember having this conversation years ago with Steve and Stelios about what's happening in the crypto market, and I saw it very, very clearly, because I myself lived through the .com bubble and traded through the .com bubble. I was a beneficiary of it, but it also showed me how quickly things could disappear. And I figured, as I told Steve and Stelios at the time, there are going to be a lot of traders that really want to have the opportunity to get back and be able to trade and get back what they may have lost in the crypto markets. And that's when we really developed the Trader Funding Program. And the Trader Funding Program has been a great benefit for a lot of people. And so let me take a few moments to explain what it is, so you guys have a better understanding of what we do. So the Trader Funding Program, as you see here, is an opportunity to be able to trade our firm's money and not risk your own money, which is huge. But also, we do it in a way that we've built a great community. The Forex Analytics community is probably by far one of the most active trading communities in the markets. We have people talking about not only about the currency market, but what's happening in the bond market, what's happening with yields, what's happening in equities, gold, everything from Netflix to the earnings this week to whatever's moving. So more importantly, not only are you trading or trying to access our funds by taking an assessment, but you're also inside of a community, so you're not out on your own. We also have a technology platform called Forex Analytics that you have, an app that you can download and actually have, alerts and be notified when things are actually moving. So with the Trader Funding Program, what we require on our end is a one-time assessment fee. And really what that assessment fee, what we're looking for is we're looking for people that can make a 10% return in a demo environment. That means in a practice trading environment to access our funds. Now, there are a couple rules that you have to follow, but one of the biggest benefits that we've found, and I believe we are the very first, or if not the first, one of the first, to offer an unlimited time for you guys to pass that assessment, you guys and gals. I've traded as a prop trader for many years, and I always knew that when I was up against quarter end, when those were my payouts, I started to make really bad decisions because I wanted to make what I had maybe lost at my high watermark for the quarter, or maybe I just wanted to make more money at the end of the quarter, so I might press the buttons at a certain, maybe not make the best trades at that moment. So for you, the trader at home, we give you an unlimited time to pass our assessment. So if you think you can make 10% return over an unlimited period of time, that's great. Now, we do have a couple of rules that we do follow. We make sure that you don't have a 4% max intraday drawdown. The reason why we do that is because we are very keen onto risk management. So if you take a 4% max drawdown or a drawdown in one session in one day, that tells us that you're not really managing your risk, and then therefore you not going to be qualified to trade our funds. Also, we do a 5% max trailing drawdown. That means that you have a high watermark that follows you. So as you become profitable, as you're trying to get to your 10% return, we have the high watermark that will follow you until you achieve that 10%. Now, once you qualify for the Trader Funding Program and you start trading in this environment under the same rules in your live environment, you keep 75% of the profits. 75%. That's a huge payout as a prop trader, which again, I'll explain maybe more of my personal experience of prop trading over the years and tell you what payouts are really like. Now these are the different programs that we do have. So we have something for everybody, right? If you just want to acquire, you want to maybe dip your toe in, you could try to acquire a $25,000 account. The assessment fee is $250, but we clearly outline what your I'm sorry, there's a typo here. We clearly define what your drawdowns will be, and we give you 1 month of Forex Analytix access. Now we go all the way out to $1 million account, and the $1 million account, the assessment fee is $10,000, but you're also looking to access $1 million trading account. Those are your parameters, but you get a maximum of 2 year of premium Forex Analytix service. Now, you might ask, well, what kind of products can I trade? You can trade currencies, CFDs on indices, and some individual stocks. You can trade metals, energy products, and currencies. I mean, the currency market is obviously the place you want to be right now. It's where volatility is at. You saw what happened with the Bank of Japan today, but really the trading ranges in currencies are so big right now that it gives you so many opportunities throughout the course of the day. But not only are you defined to that, to currencies, you can trade, so many other different products. Also, if you're in the USA, there is no FIFO, which is great. And also as a North American or US based trader, USA being in the US, one of the benefits to you is you could trade cryptos and you can trade them in both directions, which is really awesome. Another question that is commonly asked is what countries are accepted. All countries, excluding OFAC listed countries, can take part in our program. So it's pretty cool. I mean, that opens the door for so many people to take advantage of the trader funding program. Again, I'm going to make a couple adjustments because this isn't the exact presentation that I had ready for you guys. A lot of people ask when they can make withdrawals. Traders can make withdrawal requests once every 30 days. So once per calendar month, but you can actually withdraw as soon as you start trading in a live environment. So if you start trading in a live environment, and let's say you have a nice chunk of profit and you want to withdraw that profit, your 75%, you can do it as quick as it comes, but you can only do it once every calendar month. Couple other questions that you might have. If you go through the assessment a second time, do you get more of Forex Analytix? This is where there's a typo because we've actually changed this. You can accrue up to a maximum of 2 years of Forex Analytix access with your assessments. Because there might be somebody who takes a $25,000 assessment that wants to start out, and they get a month of Forex Analytix. They try it out and they make a couple of bad trades and like, oh geez, I know now I know what I'm doing. And then they take a bigger assessment because now they're familiar with it. You can do that as well. And then that time will accrue how much time you get with Forex Analytix, but it cannot exceed more than 2 years. Another question is, do I have to use a stop loss? We require that when you're in our trader funding program, you do use a stop loss at all times. The reason why we do that is because we are protecting our downside from us that are funding those accounts. And it has to be placed during the moment you place the trade. So when you get into a trade, you have the ability to put in a stop. You must put a stop in, even if it's wide. Even if it's a little wider than you may normally put in a wide stop and then make the adjustment on the fly. That's what most of us do. Like I get into a trade, I'll put in a stop. It'll be kind of wide and then I'll adjust it once I get an opportunity to really dig into the charts or kind of understand where that risk should be. Then I'll tighten it up and adjust it from there. Now, go ahead.
I was going to say, we have a question about if you're allowed to trade to do news trading. So options, there are no options, no, but you can trade through news items. The only thing you can't do is hold trades over the weekend, but you have the option. Yes, there's an option. I was going to say there's an option. There's an extra charge that you pay. I think it's is it 5% or 10%? I can't remember. I have to check that. Actually, I should know this. That you can buy that, and that then you can hold positions over the weekend. But otherwise, you can't hold the positions over the weekend. And the other thing, which a lot of people are asking, and I know we've answered it in the chat, but I want to say it as well. There is no time limit, but you have to make at least one trade every 30 days. It can be as small a trade as you like, but it has to be a trade to keep the account active.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a great point. I'm sorry, I'm going to bring the presentation back up. Sorry. Oh, geez. Hold on one second.
Oh, it's 10%. Thank you, Jane. It is 10% to hold over the weekend.
It's a one-time fee.
One-time fee, yes. Copiers, you can use EAs, expert advisors on MetaTrader. We do use MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. So if it's something that can be used on MetaTrader, it's absolutely okay with us.
Yeah, and that's a good explanation. And I was going to talk about MT4 and MT5, but I want to talk a little bit about my experience as a prop trader. And my experience, trading for individuals over the course of the last, 25 years, especially in the beginning of my career, what I've always found is payouts are much less than 75%. Even trading for a prop firm, that was based out of the Northeast for several years, my payouts were 30%. 35% based on maybe a bonus if you hit certain benchmarks. So when we pay out 75%, it's a really healthy payout, because one of the reasons why we can do that is because everything is managed electronically, where in the past you kind of have a risk manager and somebody that's managing over your book. We do everything electronically. So I just wanted to explain that to you, because it is a really, really big payout based on the risk that we take as a firm. So I did want to bring that up. Also, going into more of the FAQs, can I hold positions over the weekend? We require that all positions be closed on Friday, so there's no weekend risk. But we've recently allowed people to have the option of holding positions over the weekend, because we got so many, I don't want to say complaints, we had so many requests, right? Like I'm long the let's say I'm long the yen. I shorted dollar yen today above 150, and I'm like, man, I really want to hold that position over the weekend because I've got such a big profit, and I think there's going to be follow through first thing Sunday. I'm not going to be around, so I want to hold that position. Well, we give you the ability initially when you're going through the checking out with your assessment, and we give you the option to do that, but there is an additional cost to that because we take on more risk, obviously, over the weekend. So I did want to point that out. Trading platforms that we comply with are MT4 and MT5, which is, what most people do and use nowadays. And a couple other things I guess I wanted to point out here is you do have multiple account options. There are people that actually will take a smaller assessment and a bigger assessment at the same time. And they might be running an expert advisor on one account, doing manual trading on another account. Remember, you have unlimited assessment time. You have an unlimited assessment period. And remember, you're part of the Forex Analytics community. And that's probably I want to say the second most important thing next to having unlimited amounts of time when you trade. So you're not abide by end of quarter, end of month, anything like that, is that you have a community of support. We do private trainings for our Forex Analytics community. You have a mobile app, you have a chat room that is busy almost around the clock with so many traders, and you have our staff, which is how many people do we have on staff right now? Stelio, Steve?
12, something like
12,
12, yeah. I think
Not to mention a plethora of daily webinars.
Yeah. So you have a lot of support behind you. We just don't leave you hanging on your own. You have support almost around the clock, no matter where you're at. So check out the Trader Funding Program.